edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Taking on Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the New Orleans Saints. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Saints taking over on offense and leading the way at quarterback. A man who spent the last 5 years trying to beat him playing for Tampa. And that's the late April signee, Jameis Winston.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. Alvin Kamara hit the NFL with a bang, had double-digit touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. Now, production fell off a little bit last year. Just 6 times did he find the end zone. But his ability to run it and catch it out of the backfield makes him hard to cover. Look for a bounce-back season in 2020.
That catch good for only a couple.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Muscles him off. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Well, here we go. The new era of Raider football in Las Vegas begins now, and after all the talk, it will be Derek Carr who leads the silver and black out for their opening drive in their new desert home. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 80 yards.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
Lets this go for Renfro downfield. Hunter Renfro is the man he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr, and the slant hauled in by Ruggs. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 43. Carr to the rookie Ruggs for a Raider first.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 13 carries, 55 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now Jameis on second down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
Offense. That's not good enough, man.
So they say we'll let that completed pass stand, and we'll bring up third down instead as they decline it.
So they're comfortable with the yardage. The big thing to them is what you pointed out, getting into third down and making the play there.
On third down, Winston. And he finds Cook. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have taken the early lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Aguilar has it. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A lot.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Nice play, man.
By the Saints. They'll take over first.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll start with a give to Kamara. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It does take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He's
brought down to the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the play. First down, Saints. That's the end of the first.
The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
A reminder, Charles and I will make the trek here from the Silver State of Nevada to the Sunshine State of Florida as Thursday Night Football is an all-Florida affair. The Dolphins and the Jaguars from Jacksonville with coverage at 8:20 Eastern on EA Sports. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch, They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Carr will try it again on second down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving. Really good stop there by David Onyemata, a very productive player for the New Orleans Saints. And how about this for a value pick? 4th rounder back in 2016.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead as they begin this drive 1st and 10, trying to forget about that loss last week to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. His pass caught at the 4. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are back within a score.
Daniel Carlson on.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10. At their own
Time again to see Jameis Winston in this Saints offense. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the one interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. That'll be complete to Cook. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Jameis to throw it. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Jameis now on 1st down. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. From the gun, it's Carr. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
10 at the 45-yard line.
Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Carr again. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He'll look downfield for Waller. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
typically what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. That's going to be caught. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
Yeah, good job, good job.
And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and goal. Carr feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space when they dumped it to the back. He was able to make the play and stop him short of the goal line.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard.
Look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Winston to give, it's Kamara. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Winston from the gun on third down. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
Good catch there by Emmanuel Sanders, and he's exactly who you want in your locker room and who you want on your team. He can integrate into an offense quickly. He joined the San Francisco 49ers at midseason last year and had a huge impact in their run to a Super Bowl. He's a veteran receiver that everyone respects, and yes, he can still play.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun, Winston. The open man is Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And 3 at the 6-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Kamara. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On third down, here's Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Carr. The open man here, Renfro. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up third down and 4.
The Raiders on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. Out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A Raider first down, Carter Renfrow.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up third down and 11.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Again, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And out of bounds right around the 20.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
From the gun, Carr. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
At the Saints' 2-yard line.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from taking the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. It's a pretty simple formula, Charles. A field goal, all you need, that wins you the game.
And the most confident guys going out on the field to direct their teams, they've probably already talked to their kicker before they went out and let him know, don't worry, you got a chance to be a hero in this one. I'll set you up.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Carlson on for the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. That'll be taken about a yard deep.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Come on, dog!
Now, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. Now Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Winston. And Jameis is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they'd have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field, but guess what? This one's now just about over.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Here's Jones. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you. And it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start. But he's found a way so far here in the second half.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
40-yard line.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That's double win there, partner. You keep out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
On play action, Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.